go, Spider-Man. Yay! And welcome back to another It's the Early Morning Sunday show. And be a goldfish, won't you? Ted Lasso. That had to be the best show ever, I'm going to have to say. I've watched this thing like 3-4 times. And it makes coffee feel good. So, sign on a house today that we're going to rent for a year or two before we buy. Our house just went on the market yesterday. I already have, I think 4 showings today, 2 or 3 tomorrow. Pretty excited. Looks great. Hopefully, we'll get a pretty good price for it. So I needed for a down payment when I buy a house out here. So we got things moving along. And next Saturday, I'm heading home, and we're get ready to do the final move as we get ready to come out. I have yet to visit a record store out here. I've just been busy with this job. It's just a lot, hey, Dad, there's no pressure, no nothing. Oh, screw that, man. But I'm learning a lot, and we're getting things going. The season's coming up. But I have ordered some stuff online. And I'll just show you real quick. I don't have samples, so I'm not talking about these today. I do have today, there's some great jazz. There is new and older shoegaze. There's some fantastic rock from Matthew Street. That he gave me as VCLT and some other stuff. So there's some really good music out there to take a listen to. But I did get it. I bought 3 albums. This is from that Goo Brain label that I really like. Manami Deutsch. They have 3 albums. I couldn't decide which one, so I bought all 3. I guess that's the other one there. Don't know if I have been able to listen to them. I bought this. Someone was showing this, and I liked it. Liked the sound of it. Neutral Spirits. And I can't even remember what it is now. I also bought, this is a Detroit shoegaze band. Majesty Crush, Butterflies Don't Go Away from the 90s. And, they just never made it big and kind of disappeared. And this has been repressed from them. So a group called Majesty Crush, Detroit shoegaze off the Numero album. We're really excited about that. Here's one, Holy Waves, Freaks of Nurture. Brand new album from a group that I know nothing about. So, autograph, that's neat. I did buy the brand new Dandy Warhols that came out. I haven't bought new Dandy Warhols in ages. I bought that. We have the Stools. This Martin Jones, Vinyl Richie. Talked a lot about this one, the Stools. I finally got it. Excellent, kind of a punk. Brand new group here. Mannequin Pussy. Saw a video on YouTube. Got a lot of glare there. And I loved it. I really loved it. I go, holy smokes, that's a great group. 3 ladies and a man, and Mannequin Pussy. And what a name. Pistol Annie's from Vinyl Me Please. I did get an original Sonic Youth Daydream Nation. It was missing 1 album, so it was like 20 bucks. I needed the album because I have both. And there it is. And then from Michael Moeller, he put this out on Deutsche Grammophon. I haven't had a chance to review it. And it's his newest one, Mirror Music. And I look forward to getting a review, but I just need to get a stereo system because honestly, folks, I want you to hear samples. And I have not got to the point in life where my editing on a phone that I can pull stuff and move it. It just hasn't happened. So I have been buying some stuff that when I get my stereo system set up, you're going to be hearing this. I have like 3-4 more episodes of music that I haven't shown you before, plus record stores. And there's a record store show this weekend in Denver, and I may be going to that, and we'll see. So that's what we got. Let's get on though with this, and we'll just talk about the other stuff that I just have never shown, but it's some pretty cool music. And I'm going to go get myself a house. Bye. And now we got some records to look at. Now, I think before I show these, first off, I said this was filmed March 2nd. Today's my birthday. Yeah. And it's my first Saturday I've been retired. First Saturday in many, many years, I don't have a laptop opened up doing reports because I haven't had I worked every Saturday, at least through the mornings. And last night, I told my wife, I'm going to stay up late. As I'm retired, I can sleep in. Well, guess what? I was up at 4 o'clock. Didn't really matter now, did it? But you're going to say, his shirt says I'd rather be in a record store. On the mini, I have a number of t-shirts, all extra large. They made it so I could gain weight, yeah. And best counselor ever. That was kind of my job with my fellow district managers, the counselor. That'd be good for something. I guess we call it wisdom. All right, now albums. Really neat stuff. Really neat stuff. I'm telling you, I would not lie to you. You are a gentle watcher. We're going to start with this, and this is the Midnight Callers. Matthew Street sent this to me. I showed that as VCLT, I don't know, whatever, a while back. I don't know. I have so many things backed up in a can right now. It is incredible. Isn't that beautiful? But he sent me a care package that included a few CDs, and it had this album, which is their newest album, Rattled Humming Heart. And Matthew Street's a big fan of this group, and he speaks with pure passion. He's a Beatles man. This is his group. And they're out of New York, and they formed in 2015. And this album is, it is just packed with huge guitar hooks, these wonderful lush harmonies, and just catchy hooks. This grabs you, it brings you in, it's pleasing to the ear. It's a super fun listen. This is their second album, and for those of you like power pop, 70s rock, you would love this. This has a classic rock feel. I've read somewhere some people said glam rock. I'm really not an expert. I can't tell you on glam rock a whole lot. I know David Bowie. I don't think of Bowie with this, but I do really think classic 70s rock. And, you have certain songs. There's a song on here, Get on the Run. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers in the 70s could have put that sucker out. It would have been perfect. You would swear that's a Tom Petty song. New York Tramp, it has this wonderful melodic chorus, and it's just riff-driven. Kind of like Badfinger. I think, I would just say that's what I thought about. Baby Let Me Be. Now, that wasn't one. New York Tramp wasn't Badfinger. It was this one. Baby Let Me Be. That was, yeah, Baby Let Me Be. That thing. Badfinger. Really, really, just these heavenly melodies. Great stuff. This thing rocks, and these guys just take off. They know what they're doing. Bar band, I think that's how they started. There's videos of them out on YouTube, and it's well worth checking out. This is the Midnight Callers. Just take some listens. If you love 70s rock, if that is truly your thing, you're going to be really happy with this guy because it is good. Matthew, man, this was a great turn on. He sent me CDs, so I have the first one on CD, which I got almost all my records packed up, so I got some CDs that been sent me that now I can go listen to them. So great stuff. Another one. I would not have, when I was at Third Man, they hooked me up with some records there, which was really nice. I wasn't expecting this. They didn't have to. But this is a Grant Green live at Club Mozambique. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Really nicely done packaging, heavy. It comes with, for our hype sticker collectors, part of the 313 series, which is the Blue Note series done at Third Man. And it's because this Mozambique, it was recorded in Detroit. It's a 2-album set. There is almost no special inner sleeves, but this that really cool blue vinyl. Blue splash vinyl. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in here. So this, I mean, they got a nice explanation of what's going on, but we'll go a little quicker. So Grant Green, he was born in St. Louis, born in 1935, passed in 79. He recorded prolifically for Blue Note. I mean, just incredible amount of stuff he put out as a leader and as a session player. His music was hard bop. It was soul jazz. He did Latin, a lot of bebop. That was his wheelhouse. And his guitar is extremely recognizable. For those that love jazz, I mean, you hear a Grant Green guitar. Yep, Grant Green. It's easy to tell. This, you know, it was interesting with Blue Note. By 1971, by 71, he had 15 unissued albums already. 15 the Blue Note didn't even put out. And this is one of them. This was done in 71. But I think it first came out in 2006. And again, it's live at Club Mozambique, which is in Detroit. Detroit Jazz Club. And yeah, it had never been released. And so, it kind of blows my mind it wasn't. This is great. It is so good. I would have missed this. Again, you can only buy so much music, right? And you kind of get into certain things. And I have bought nearly the jazz. George, I'm sorry, I haven't bought nearly the jazz, but really happy about this one. You know, it just begins with Jan. And Jan is, I mean, it's great. It has such a red hot rhythm section going on and has these extended jams. And it's just, I mean, it's just funky. And this whole album is funky and it's soulful. And again, very long jams. I mean, there's only two songs to each side. And the sides go on for 20 minutes. These guys are in this club and they're just playing their hearts out. And it is such a great jam session happening in here. And it just keeps going and going. You know, they do the Jackson 5. Jackson 5s did this one. Is made by the corporation, but One More Chance. But the Jackson 5s had recorded it. Patches is on here. You know, that hit by Clarence Carter, I believe. Walk On By. They do such a soulful rendition of it. So they have these pop songs that are happening doing it. Absolutely wonderful. You know, even if you're not a huge jazz fan, I think you would like this. This is really good. I'll play your thing, but funky, soulful. Wow. Yeah, good stuff. Then let's move into something new. Something old, something new. I already showed you something blue. Yeah. I thought of that myself. I'm retired. My mind just clicks now. Blushing. And this is from a band from Austin, Texas. From 2015 is when they were formed. And it's two couples. And they do dream pop music. And they know how to do it well. This is their first EP they put out, Tether. And it was, I mean, it's wonderful. I really like this. You can find, they have a new album coming out now. You can find it on Bandcamp and pre-order it, which I have. So they've put out several albums. First album, very hard to get. unless you want to pay some money for it. So, Tether, this is modern shoegaze and dream pop. It's for the now generation. And you have songs on here like, well, as usual, what do we got? Mess and Tether were two of them. Mess and Tether. See, we don't put the songs on this. We put the songs on this. I mean, it's whatever you want to, wherever you want to put your songs at. But Mess and Tether, those two songs are just filled with wonderful jangly guitars, and I'm a sucker for a jangly guitar. You just jangle it in front of me, and I'm just kind of, oh, here I come, here I come. There's Weak is another one. Has just a super poppy feel to it, with just these great melodies happening. Vocals at time on this, they can get buried within the noise of the band, but that's that dream pop type feel that's so common, or even with shoegaze, and it's good. The two ladies, really good singers, very good. This is, I mean, it's just a blissed out kind of treat, I would say, like of shimmering guitars, if that's your thing, ethereal voices, and there's a wall of sound right behind them. Very, very good. You know, it's an EP, but there's 4 songs on each side. And some people have a hard time doing that on a full album. So really, really nice stuff. And again, this is the group, and the name of the group is Blushing, and it's Tether. Check them out on YouTube. Really good stuff. I'm subbed to their channel. Right. So, I have almost, you know what, behind me is going to be my last video, but I have a lot in the can, so I've been stacking them up here. If I'm not moved, don't have a record room by then, well, then we're going to figure things out. I never did get through all my albums. And I bought a bunch more. Okay, and here we go, Charlie Parker. This is another one that came from Third Man Records. Again, very nice that they hooked me up with some albums. Really nice of them. Yeah, I can't say enough about that tour I took at Third Man. It's the most phenomenal tour. I'm just so excited about that. But Charlie Parker, Kansas City. Born in Kansas City, 1920, passed in 55, a lot of issues, drugs, stuff like that. Kind of a rough and tumble life. Is known as Bird, actually he's known as Yardbird first, but then they cut it down to Bird. You got a lot of glare there. He really was one of the leading figures of creating bebop music. He was kind of tired of the swing band, saying, you know what, yeah, we can do something different. And he cut down, the size of a band, and then, created this bebop, which is really bebop. You think about it, it's music that has a faster tempo and really advanced harmonies. That's what happened. Then, of course, it becomes hard bop and it just keeps going. But such an influential saxophone player, really made a difference. And, yeah, very important. When he was younger, he said that he practiced 15 hours a day for 3 to 4 years. Isn't that nuts? Can you imagine? Can any of you do that? Also, well, where did he get his money? Or, he could not have been in school, or maybe he didn't go to school. I don't know, but that's a hell of a commitment, and someone has to be helping out there, but it doesn't matter. This was a great album. Again, very, very good. Not the time. This came out in 57. When Charlie Parker, since he's been dead, there has been over 200 albums put out of Charlie Parker material. Now, some of it's repeat, whatever, repackaging, but 200 albums of his stuff. This was one. It was kind of a series that was going on, and it was called The Genius of Charlie Parker. Genius of Charlie Parker #3. In that series, and it is Now and Then. And what you have on here is takes from a recording session, for 2 recording sessions. So like that song's Kim Kim, Cosmic Graves, have 2 takes each. Chi Chi has 3 alternative takes. Well, 1, the real one, then 2 alternative takes. So you're kind of getting a feel for it. But the sound is wonderful. They are jamming. The music is really good. I've never listened to a lot of Charlie Parker. I have maybe 1, 2 albums of him. You know, I was concentrating more kind of in toward the 60s. And yeah, it is something I think I should do more with, because I really enjoyed this thing. It was really good. The sessions on here were 1952 and 1953. And it's just showing you what bebop's all about. It really, really is. It's great. It's just packed with energy. It totally swings. The recordings, it's clear, it's clean, and it's for cool cats. If you want to be a cool cat, you gotta listen to Charlie Parker. People like me can be a cool cat when you listen to this. So there's hope. There's hope for everybody here. Charlie Parker. Okay, so we did jazz, then we did shoegaze, then we did jazz, then we do shoegaze. Okay, we got a theme going. Yeah, I just packed these things randomly. Ooh, look at all them pictures on there. Back. And anything special with this vinyl? Yeah, ooh. That's kind of cool, isn't it? And there is an insert on this one. Looking down, I see below, a little poetry kind of thing, and there we have. There's Steve. I like him. He's my favorite. Yeah. All right. So Ride. They're formed in Oxford in '88. Went to '96, broke up, reformed in 2014, and are still going. Shoegaze, dream pop, alt rock. They are considered to be the pioneers of shoegaze, one of the key pioneers of shoegaze. They formed a band. They were in college, and they heard the Smiths, and that got them excited. And they said, let's form a band. Let's make a band. You hear that about the Sex Pistols and stuff. I really hadn't heard it about the Smiths, but that was their inspiration. The Smiths were very influential over in the UK. Well, so they formed this band, and eventually they made a demo, and Jim Reed from Jesus and Mary Chain heard that demo and brought it into Creation Records, and they wind up signing these guys. Well, this is the first album they did, Nowhere, and it came out in 1990. This is considered to be one of the best shoegaze albums ever made. No, I haven't listened to all of them, so I can't. I'm just telling you what I heard. I really can't say it, but I can tell you this. I really like this album. I totally enjoyed it. It was really good. I mean, it starts with the song Seagull, and it just has these punishing drums going, but then they get quiet, and then they punish them again. It was just really kind of an interesting song, and it's just filled with these different guitar twists that are happening. It almost gets chaotic at times with the guitars. Really, really neat sound. Kaleidoscope was another song. It just had this really upbeat, hard-hitting guitar fury happening in there. It just blows your mind. It's just going fast. And then it quiets down. They get a lot quieter on a number of the other songs. You have like Vapor Trail, which is a very kind of a wistful pop type song with these chiming guitars and mournful strings happening. And then they pick up the pace a little bit. So you get a variety of this. Very, you can see it's like the ocean here. Well, not like it is the ocean. Just a top-notch album. I saw this and, this reissue and go, man, I've been wanting to get to listen to these guys. I have them on compilations and that. And I do have one of their later albums, but this is the one that started it, really, this for Ride, and one of the premier shoegaze albums. So great to have this Ride Nowhere. One. No, that one was 1990. Let's just seem to be stuck in certain years. 1989. How about that? Pretty Hate Machine. And I got so much clear, you know, because I leave that shrink on, folks, and it will stay on. Label, not much there. And we have an insert, if I can get it out. And here we go. And maybe not, maybe yes, maybe no. Okay. Trent Reznor's band, 9 Inch Nails, goes like that. And we got the lyrics, so you can sing along to Trent Reznor. You know, he actually has a pretty dang good voice. He's from Cleveland. Formed his band in '88, and it's still there. Industrial rock. One of the guys that really brought industrial rock to the masses, shall we say. You know, he was inspired by Prince to learn to play all of these instruments. This is what he did. I mean, he had a band, but the band would always have, it's basically him, and then other people that he brings in. And Pretty Hate Machine was his first album that came out in 1989. Again, played everything. This is just, it's haunting, synthetic dance pop. You could call it that. I mean, but it's very, I mean, it's just dark, really dark. It's filled with these hard-hitting beats that are happening in there, just blasting you. He sings about, you know, the hate of authority, but also that sadomasochistic sex is good. It's good. Yep. Try it. You may like it. Yeah, you know, whatever. Listen to Trent. He has great vocals. He can sing very, very well. At times, you can hear the anguish. He's straining, you know, to get the power out to match the music. I mean, this is angry music. You hear it on there. Pretty Hate Machine. You know, it's actually a good description of what you're getting inside of this. But a really important album. One that, you know, happy to get back in. I had it on CD, but now I have it on vinyl. Just all these wonderful reissues that are happening that are great. I think it's just fantastic. So. There's nothing left for me to hide. I lost my ignorance, security, and pride. I'm all alone in a world you must despise. Believe your promises and lies. Tell a lie. Tell a lie. Great to have back in. So that's this week's pickups. Well, I picked those up, some newer, some old. It doesn't really matter. That's what I haven't shown. So got next, and yeah, that'll be the last batch. And hopefully then I'm moved by, it will be starting fresh in a new music crew, a new scenery behind me. So thanks for watching and hanging out. I'm sure I have a midweek out there. I got something figured out. Again, if they're in the can. Thanks, everyone. Bye.